Okay, so let's build this puppy real quick. We want to add on a header builder. This is how you make a custom menu with less baloney. So let's do this. We're going to want to go ahead and get our logo in there. Link wrapper, boom. Image, boom. Set this to auto. Maybe go 180 there. Cool. Let's go to structure. And we don't want that in the link wrapper. So let's just go ahead and add the icon. After that, let's pick a menu icon. Let's make that our right color. And let's take that sizing down. Now let's go ahead and give it some space. Let's give it a margin of 10 pixels on the left side. Just give it a little bit of space. Okay, we're going to hit save. We're going to take the sizing and spacing of this. And we're going to make it full width. Okay, let's see how that acts responsively. Okay. So we're doing that. Interestingly enough, when I did this before, this stacked badly, and I was like, what the heck is going on? But anyway, all that aside, you know, I think I'd rather have the align left. Yeah, let's do that. And that looks cooler to me. Okay, cool. So we got that part. Da-dun. So now you might think, well, what's the purpose of putting it in the header? There's no menu, right? There's no actual menu. By the way, there's not going to be a menu in this part. The main thing that we want to do here now is create something that's still part of the template that's actually outside of this, because it's going to take up a full screen area, right? So let's go ahead and add another section. And we're going to want to make that section global color. Let's make the text color white, kind of thing. And for sizing and spacing, you can actually do it right here. So 100%, height 100, VH. Cool. Let's call that full width. And we're going to hit save. Oh, you know what? I did that in the wrong spot. Should have done that in all devices. So 100%, and then 100 VH. Got to redo all the work I just did. I feel silly. Okay, cool. So we've got this now, and this is going to be where we start adding our menu. Let's go ahead and add another logo, because it's going to be a full screen type thing. Let's get I have a white logo prepared here, and below that we're going to have a menu. But wait, we should have columns, right? Because that's the whole point of this. Let's make a layout in, for our menu, which is cool. Boom. Okay, good. So now we actually have a div here. Let's go ahead and drop in a menu. Let's line it vertically. Let's make the text white. Let's do the font weight a little heavier. Okay. And let's go ahead and do some anti-aliasing. Why not? Font size could be a little bigger, huh? Let's go like 24. The big menu. Why not? We got the hover in there. Nope, that's right. We gotta actually, I feel like we should be able to come in here and fix the hover states. I thought there was something. Oh, there it is. Hover. Yes. Hover text color. Let's go bold. Okay, good. And this background color is lame. Don't need that. Okay. These border things, I'm not a big fan of them, but I'll let you guys style however you want to style that. Background hover color. Hover background color, let's remove it. Okay, good. I like that better. Personally. Okay, cool. That's enough for now. Well, actually, we can make those. We can make those white too. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, and then link cover color. Cool. You're golden there. Let's save that. And over here, let's add some dynamic content. You know, you never really see dynamic content in menus, really. But you can do that with this, and that's actually what's exciting about this setup. You can actually do that with this. Let's make sure we're on all. Yep, I'm on all. Okay, so let's come over here and 100%. Okay, so what this is doing is we're actually going into the actual template for this plugin and changing it to 100%. Now that's a little tall, right? So maybe I should have rethought that. Okay, let's change some of the styles. Animated dark gradient, maybe. Kind of cool. Might work. What if we wanted to have a couple in there, right? We could. For now, let's just choose one of the simpler ones I'm going to do. So, animated with gradient overlap. I think that's the white gradient overlap. Yeah, that's what I want. Because it's about me. Okay. Okay. So, let's switch that from 50%, make it 100%, apply the code, and we're good there. So perfect. So now we've got a menu. Not too shabby. There's plenty of videos on understanding the query, stuff like that. For custom queries, I'm going to create another video at some other point for that. Let's go ahead and save this. And now our focus is, well, this thing. Now it's there, but what do I do with it? Okay, let's figure that out. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to actually set it up so that you can actually click on this and have this pop up. So that's the goal. We're going to click this and this is going to pop up. So we're going to need a couple things. The first thing that we're going to need is some JavaScript. So let's grab that JavaScript. Real quick from over here. I pre-built this puppy earlier just so I could do this quickly. So this is a jQuery script. Click this to make this appear, kind of thing. So that means we have to hide this, and then we also have to produce another button here to close it. Okay, cool. Let's test that out. Oh, wait a minute. Need to apply my classes. Here we go. So the class for this guy is going to be menu button. What is a class? A class is like an ID, except it has a dot, and it's inside the class parameter, inside the tag. And this is going to be called menu pane. Add that class. Okay. Cool. Let's see here. Now there's already some code in here that I've added. Menu pane, right? So let's go ahead and comment that out for the moment because we're still building. Okay. Cool. So what this does is it basically, when you click it, it'll show this div in 500 milliseconds. That's it. So usually there's a $sign here, but with WordPress you got to use the jQuery instead to call it out. That's on anything with WordPress. Pretty sure his videos say that already. So on click, here's your function. The function contains what you want to do. That's all it does. So function just means container of what I want to do. We're only doing one thing here. So we're good there. And we've got all this extra padding in here that we don't need. So let's remove that. Let's see if there's any of it at the bottom. Let's get rid of that extra padding. We don't need that. It's going to be a full screen. Okay, so let's move on. We've got to add, let's go back to structure, an X right there, don't we? Okay, so that means we're in div, we're in columns, and we've got image and menu. But we need to have another container. So let's add that in. Sorry about the Darth Vader noises, I vape. That's how I quit smoking. And that worked for me. The wonderful, beautiful dance of can I get that in via the structure menu? Oh, you love it. Okay. Icon. Close. Boom. Okay. Here's where we love our flex. Cool. Now we want that left align there. Okay, cool. So we're good there. We actually don't need to do anything else to it, I don't believe. Let's hit save. That way if something screws up, we can hit refresh and be back to a good place. Because we want to be in a good place, trust me, we do. Okay. So let's see what that looks like. Smaller. Okay, so we know that this requires something a little bit extra on there. So there's some extra code in there interfering with what we wanted to do. Seems to be a lot of that here. Okay, so remember when I said always hit refresh, or save and hit refresh? Look what happened. Where the hell did my menu go? If that's something obvious, it's because it got triggered. So what we want to do is remove that say never. And where's the X? There it is. Okay, cool. So now this menu, no matter what size, will never go down to the hamburger menu. So it's perfect. It's exactly what we need. And it looks like we got some extra padding in there. Let's go back to all devices and remove this extra padding that we don't need. And let's make that X a little bit less obnoxious. Come on, man. Okay, so the icon's smaller, but I'm going to increase its clickable area by adding some padding. Okay. Very cool. So if I wanted to, I could create a cool backdrop for this, right? So if I really wanted to get crazy with the cheese whiz. One thing that I install on every WordPress installation that I use is this thing called Instant Images. You can go in and find amazing photography from Unsplash that's completely free. So watch this. We're going to download this image. It's Instant Images. You can use it on any of your websites. It's the greatest way to do anything simple. Oh, looks like I'm having an issue with permissions. That's pretty common. I could fix my own personal. I made this locally, so we'll just skip that. But if we did want to use some stock photography on that background, right? We could. Let's just grab an image. There you go. Something simple like that. Boom. Let's see. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so we got that there. So now we need to add the JavaScript to close. So let's grab that. We want to hide it. Okay, cool. So we got that. Now let's go back to our CSS because I believe that's all that's left. Okay. So what I'm doing here, display none. What I'm doing here for the menu pane class is I'm coming in and just throwing this in like display none, so when I click on that button it'll actually show, right? So positioning it absolutely, putting it at the top. You don't really need this. This isn't really necessary, but it's an old habit. Newer browsers don't need to worry about stuff like that so much, but you can. I'll leave it in script. Okay, width 100%, height 100 VH, z-index 9999, and overflow scroll. Overflow scroll is really important because when this theme shrinks all the way down, it does something really funny with absolutely positioned divs, and it causes it to shrink too much and it doesn't take up the full width of the page. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this looks like. See what we gotta fix. So I have zero belief that this is just gonna work right off the bat. Oh, I guess it did. Nope, that didn't close. That's because I pasted it and I didn't fix the classes. I actually didn't apply a class, so that means we gotta come over here. And I believe that was just menu close. I didn't give it a class of menu close. So this being the icon right here. See, it's not doing anything. And that's how you make a custom menu. Now you might say, well, how come it's not pointy? Well, that's an easy CSS class. In this case, let's go ahead and just add make a class called pointer. Okay. I think it's called pointer style. Let's see. That always eludes me. Let's look it up. Cursor. Yes, it's cursor. Now remember, you can't remember everything, right? You just can't. There's no way. So the reason that people, or what the people that are good at this, that are really good at this, what they know how to do well, that not everybody knows how to do, is look things up and find an answer. Every good web developer has been to Stack Overflow 20 million times over their career. Our jobs as web people is to know how to look up how to do things for other people. That's part of the main thing right there, right? So we've got to attach that pointer class now onto the elements. So let's see. Let's go ahead and add pointer. And let's go ahead and add pointer to this too. Let's double check to make sure that's what I typed. Yes, pointer. Okay, refreshing. Isn't it? Oh, look, now it makes a pointer cursor. That's cool. So easy, right? Okay. Let's take a look at this responsively. Cool. 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 And that's how it's done. That's how you make a custom menu in Oxygen without using the Oxygen menu to make it easy on yourself. Not bad, right?